Chelsea Football Club, we started initial talks with Garnacho and Manchester United for a Chelsea transfer. However, the reality is Enzo Maresca had a press conference today and we got bad news. Which one do you want first? Number one, Nicholas Jackson's basically leaving. There's basically a confirmation. I'm not denying it. He's not denying it. Fabrizio's confirming it with his wording. And more importantly, all of a sudden we need a new centre-half according to a lot of people, and we need to talk about it because Levi Colwill, non-contact injury, first day back to training, needs a scan. Chelsea fan base have ran off and said it's an ACL. It's not an ACL. We don't know what it is. When we find out, I will report it here. But we need to talk about what we're going to do because there's a group of fans that believe we need to go into the market. We need a new centre-half. There's fans like me that believe, why are we overreacting? If you believe in the squad the way you're believing in it, let's see what happens. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to break down all three stories. We're going to get into the little details. But before we get started, number one, hit that like button now. You're going to forget. It's the best way to pay your rent. It's the best way to support the channel. It's free of charge. Freest rent you're going to get. Secondly, if you like reliable content, if you like content on a consistent basis, and more importantly, content where it's not literally following the conventional line. It's not saying exactly what is meant to be said on the timeline and is popular and it's going to get me views. Content that is thought out, well put together, and genuinely an honest fan's take. I'm here for you guys. You guys can always disagree with me. I'm always open for that. But let's get it started. Subscribe to the channel. I want to start with the Levi Colwill, right? Enzo Maresca had his press conference. Boy, did I miss that man. Literally, we're champion of the world's managers. We are absolutely brilliant, super duper Chelsea. But the reality here is bad news. Look, randomly, he just said, look, Levi Colwill wasn't here with us yesterday, blah, blah, blah. He's got an injury. We don't know the diagnosis of it at this moment in time. We're going to see what happens. There's a scan that happened yesterday. Once we know, we're going to talk about it. They asked him, are we going to go back into the market? He said we need to talk about it after we have answers from the scan. Very responsible from Maresca. This is exactly what I want from my manager, right? Level-headed, gives us information, not too much information, but enough information where we have something to run off. And now, this is where it gets interesting. Straight after that, Kieran Gill from the Daily Mail comes out with an article that Chelsea are assessing their options in the market. They're going to go into it. Straight away, you've got a segment of the fan base coming out with, we need to buy a centre-half. This is unacceptable. We need to buy a centre-half. We need to go back in. Mark Guehi, whoever is available, go and get him now. We need a new centre-half. And then you have people like me who take a step back, right? And I'm asking the important questions because I think these are important. How long is Colwill out for? Because if Colwill's out for a month or two, I think we're suitably covered. I think if Colwill's out for 3, 4, 5 months till January, right? 6 months till February, I think we need to have an honest conversation of what we have within our stock. And we're going to do it right now. Because at this moment in time, decisions need to be made. Because I thought we were all on the same page. I thought we all agreed that what we have is good enough at the moment. The only time we go into the market is if we're upgrading for a super talent, like a generational defender, somebody that raises the standards, and Hato was enough. But we need to talk. Firstly, we're going to miss Colwill. If Colwill's out for 4 weeks, if Colwill's out for 6 weeks, a player of that quality, you're going to miss. You're going to miss the ball playing ability, you're going to miss the defending, you're going to miss the leadership, and you're going to miss just the all-round influence of having a Levi Colwill in the team. We can't pretend we're going to go and find someone to replace it. I've already said that. We're all on the same page. Anyone disagreeing with that, I disagree with you because Colwill has given us 4 months of good case studies, and then he had a 9-game period where he wasn't good. No one was good, but he started the season well. We were second. He couldn't have been that bad. Do you know what I mean? Now we need to talk about what we have. At this moment in time, Chelsea Football Club have numerous options. We need to have an honest conversation about these numerous options. Number one, we have Wesley Fofana back. According to Enzo Maresca, Wes will be back next week for Crystal Palace to get some minutes. All right, so Wes will be back. Whether Wes stays fit, we don't know. Wes is on that right-hand side. We also have Benoit Badiashile. I don't know if Badiashile's fit. Badiashile was injured at the Club World Cup. I think it was a hamstring injury, and we don't know when he's going to return, but he's meant to be covered for Levi. Clearly, Chelsea say they believe in him. So if they believe in him, there's no reason to go into the market because that's your cover. And now we need to ask, is Badiashile good enough for Chelsea Football Club? I think at this moment in time, we don't know. Because anytime he plays 4 or 5 games, he either gets injured or he has a disaster class, and then he doesn't play for another 8, 9, 10 weeks. So we don't have a case study to judge him. It's very complex. With him, it's a bit complicated. The other two, Uncle Tosin and Trevor Chalobah, right? Both players, in my opinion, have done really well. When they've been called upon, neither one of them has let us down. I genuinely believe that's the honest truth. Tosin is what Tosin is. He's a squad player. When needed, he steps up, he plays. The problem with Tosin happens when he starts on a consistent basis and we start expecting starter level caliber performances. That's not him. You're asking for something that he's not. Chalobah. Every time Chalobah starts, I'm not going to lie to you, he always steps up a level. Every single year, the player gets better. So now I ask the question, why do you want to go buy a new centre-half? Which one are you selling? People are going to say, I'm selling Badiashile. There's no market for him. You sell him, well, you're going to bring in a new guy. What is the new guy going to do? He's going to start. When Levi gets back, who's not going to play? Because Levi is the starter moving forward. Levi is that good. And people are going to say, okay, cool, Levi will play on the other side. Why? You have Chalobah, you have Tosin, and you have Fofana. Fofana was amazing for us when he was fit. Fofana's problem is not his talent, it's staying fit. Then we've got the other conversation. And this one's a bit sticky and people don't like to have it, but we're going to have it because this is the Kavkas View. We have uncomfortable conversations. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. We need to decide whether we want to be a club that wants to win now or a club that is going to buy young players, give them opportunities, and then we're going to compete with those young players. So we're going to get the development of an Enzo Fernandez, a development of a Moises Caicedo, a development of a Cole Palmer, a development of a Nicholas Jackson, a development of a player like Marco Correa who came in a little bit unproven. Yes, it was a big fee, but ended up being a great left back. And the person I'm asking about is Gerald Hato. You told Gerald Hato is a generational defender. I've heard this on numerous occasions. We were on the same page. Everyone said he can do the left-hand side very well. He's a good left back. He can play left back. He's played left centre back. He can play right centre back in emergencies. This is the opportunity. Put him in. And people are going to say, how can you do that? He's new to the country. He speaks the language. He's played over 100 games for Ajax. He's played European games. Why are you not trusting him? Age? Nonsense. The other one, Josh Achampong. You want to keep Josh Achampong. What does it look like to Josh Achampong when somebody gets injured? You don't want to loan him to go get regular minutes, but you want to buy someone to play over him when his opportunity arises. You need to decide what you want. Do you want the next Yamin Yamal, Pau Kubasi, Hoyson, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri to get an opportunity? Or are you just comfortable just spending more money over and over again? Because for me, what frustrates me is the mixed energy. I don't understand where we are. I personally think we don't need a centre-half. Even if Colwell's out for 8 months, I am not buying a new centre-half. I am looking internally for these solutions. We still have Renato Vega. He's still here. He wants to play left centre-back. This is the opportunity. He hasn't been sold. Literally reintegrate him back. Put him at that left centre-back. You've got 8 months. If Colwell's out for 8 months, you have 8 months to prove to me Colwell shouldn't be shifted. That's not going to happen, is it? Because they don't trust him. Hato's here. Give Hato the chance. Hato should be playing. And it won't be Hato playing every game. You have Tosin, you have Chalobah, who can coach them through these games. Hato plays 2 games, he's doing well, he stays in. He doesn't do well, you take him out, you put Chalobah or Tosin back in. Then you also have the other side, you have Josh Achampong. Fofana doesn't stay fit, no problem. Josh can play right back, Josh can play left back, Josh can play centre back. He'll get minutes. Develop what we have. Stop always running to the market. The only way I want to go into the market is if 2 players leave, meaning Badiashile and one off Tosin or Trev. One of them has to go. There is no way I am going for a Mark Guehi or a Diamonde under any circumstances. It is unacceptable. It's gross negligence. It is literally hoarding talent. The next story, and this one's very interesting as well. We've got Enzo Maresca sitting there and he gets asked about Nicholas Jackson's future. And he basically says what he always says. And he said, look, when the market's open, we don't know what's going to happen, right? Anyone's not safe. Especially in Nicholas, we signed 2 strikers. There's nothing like I can say. There's competition. We'll see what happens. And then he gave an interesting insight of he usually just gets a text message or a phone call that Leslie Ogochukwu has been sold or Broya has been sold. And he really highlights that he doesn't read the papers. He doesn't read social media. He finds out when someone tells him. It's as simple as that. So what is very interesting here is he didn't say, oh no, Nico staying. He is very, very open to the idea that we've signed 2 strikers, meaning Nico's in trouble. Then you also had Fabrizio Romano, not yesterday, the day before. I took a day off yesterday. What he said was, Chelsea Football Club is trying to sell Jackson. Jackson is going to be leaving. And he used the word is going to be leaving. And when he did that video, I don't think that was an accident. I don't think that's him misspeaking. I think that was purpose. I think he's making it abundantly clear this is happening. The next day, Ben Jacobs comes out and says conversations between Newcastle and Chelsea has begun. Chelsea valued the player at £65 million. Look, I think Chelsea are going to get 55 to 60 million pounds plus some add-ons that take this deal to 65 million. That's double the money that we invested for him. Honestly speaking, I like Nicholas Jackson a lot. I think he's a good player. But his biggest problem is he can't finish. And if you're offering me for a third choice striker whose value is only going to come down because he's third choice striker, I am taking it. 65 million pounds. I've had numerous discussions with numerous people. Matisse and I have been going back and forth at it, whether it's on timeline or whether it's like when we're talking privately. I understand Matisse's argument. You want to have 3 options. And that is a very good argument. However, I don't think Chelsea are going to run that argument. What Chelsea are going to do is, we've got Joao Pedro and we've got Delap. Our third choice can't be Nicholas Jackson, because Jackson will be happy now, but come November, when Jackson isn't playing, he is not going to be happy. And that's the reality of the issue. A lot of people aren't going to like it, but it's the truth. He's not going to be happy. He's going to throw his toys out the pram. He's going to be upset. He's going to be sulking, and the cameras are going to be panning to him, and that 65 million pounds will become 30 million real quick, and we will have a depreciating asset on our hands, and it's upsetting. Chelsea Football Club have begun talks with Alejandro Garnacho and Manchester United. According to TalkSport and Ben Jacobs, these talks have now begun. We've been hearing that Garnacho's camp and Chelsea's camp have been on the same page. Paul Winstanley is heavily pushing for this move, and it's got to the point now where I think a lot of fans have come around to it. So my community page is going to start getting very busy now. I'm going to be putting posts there, I'm going to be putting polls there. I want to build our community again. I was doing it for a period of time, and then I stopped. I got really lazy, and that's not good. So I'm going to start doing it again. It's going to be an interactive place, and we will all share our opinions. And what I found very interesting is I've done a poll, right? And the poll literally was, do you want Garnacho? 46% of people said yes. Over 2,000 people voted. So for me, that's a big amount of people. You know what I mean? That's a big portion of people to say yes. And people have really come around to the signing. Personally, I don't want Garnacho. I don't care how much he costs. I do see the benefits in him. I understand why they want to get him. However, I would prefer not to get it. Paul Winstanley is pushing for it. Now TalkSport is saying there's conversation with Manchester United. What's happening here is United in January wanted £60 million. That 60 million has now become more than £40 million. Chelsea believe as soon as they get Seshko or Benjamin Tesco, what's going to end up happening is his price is going to deteriorate even more because they're going to be desperate to sell, and Chelsea believe that's when they can step in. £30 million, maybe a loan with an option, is one of those things where we will see what happens. The key here, and this is the absolute money on the ball, Chelsea are not looking to overpay. And Manchester United are trying to not get screwed over. So it's a little bit of a balancing ball, and we're going to see where we land in reality. For me, it's very simple, right? A lot of people are running the argument, the directors have earned the right to have a few signings where we're not going to question every little detail of it. Their signings have been hitting, their signings are working out. So why are we questioning it? If they want Garnacho, let's see. I think on this community, we're not going to be like, we question everything. The good, the bad, the downright ugly. However, we need to be open and honest about it. If Garnacho comes in, we will back him until he gives us a reason to call it out. If you play badly, I call it out. If you play brilliantly, I tell you you play brilliantly. And if your farts smell, I will say your farts smell. It's very simple. I just tell you how I see it. I'm not going to deny it. So for me, we need to be very honest and transparent. This deal is going to happen. I am tired of denying it. I'm tired of fighting against it. I've given up. I don't want him, but it's going to happen, and we will see what happens. But the logic, if the directors want him, I want him, is not going to come out my mouth. I do not think we are going to be that kind of community over here. So before I end this video, number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, subscribe to the channel. And number 3, tomorrow there will be a match reaction for Chelsea versus Bayer Leverkusen. So please, please, please hit those bell notifications and come back to the channel, because we will be talking about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.